In this video demonstration here, we're going to show you a Quantum Edge HD. Now these chairs have the ability to have different seat functions on them. This particular unit here has 4 electrical seat functions. So you're going to have your seat lift, you're going to have electric tilt, electric legs, and electric recline. So we will go through all those functions. Do remember this with a seat lift is rated at 400 pounds. If you had one of these units with only tilt, recline, and legs, it's rated for 450, but due to adding that seat lift mechanism, you are going to be at 400-pound weight capacity. Now, I do believe this unit raises 10 inches on this particular HD model, but I will measure the seat to ground height here in a second, and I will confirm that in this video. But do remember, 400-pound weight capacity for this particular unit. It's going to go about 4.5 miles an hour top end speed. And then even when you're elevated all the way up, it's with the eye level feature, you're still going to get, when I tested it, as I got to about 3.3, 3.4 miles an hour. So they might say specs 3.5, but just know you might be a little bit less than that, but you will go a little bit over 3 miles an hour when you are fully elevated, and we will show you that at the end of the video when we drive this chair outside. So what makes this unit great? Due to the 400-pound capacity, but also it has super strong motors on this unit. It has 2 large batteries in here, so you're still going to get somewhere 12 miles on a full charge. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you what these electrical functions look like. So we do have other videos online too that show you how to use a Logic 3 joystick. This is called a Logic 3. And so if you do look up on our YouTube channel, there is videos that show exactly how to use this, but you are able to navigate this joystick by either pushing this lever forward on the left-hand side, or you can hit one of these buttons to put you into the modes. But what you're going to do is you're going to see a picture of a seat that lights up on the joystick, and you're going to scroll left or right depending on what seat function that you want to activate. So the first function I'm going to show is going to be the electric seat lift. And like I said, in order to know how high that seat lift is, I'm going to measure where the top of the seat to the ground is. So top of the seat to the ground, when you're in the down position on this particular cushion, is going to be about 23 inches. What you're going to do when you have that part of the seat highlighted, you're going to then pull back on the joystick and it's going to begin to raise this up. You do actually have other springs and other supports underneath here when you raise up that do engage, so it does going to make it very stable. People are sometimes nervous when you're this high off the ground and driving around, but Quantum is one of the best built chairs on the market, so do trust me, they would not make these chairs with this ability if they felt like it was not safe for the end user. So here is going to be your completely raised position here, and now let me double check and see where we are at. So yeah, it's a 10-inch rise because now you're at 33 inches top of the cushion. Now do remember that measurement can be slightly off depending on what cushion you go with. This is about a 4-inch cushion. They do make lower profile cushions, so I was measuring to the top of the cushion, but it does have a 10-inch rise on this unit. And then you are able to, as you can see, and I will show you outside, the chair does operate when elevated. There are some other chairs on the market that do not operate while elevated, but this particular chair does drive while operated. A couple more features that I can show you as I bring this seat lift down. This unit does have a swing away joystick on it. So a swing away joystick allows the joystick to swing to the side of the arm. So basically the end of your armrest, there's nothing here at the end of the armrest. So if you did want to use these arms to push off and get in and out of the chair, you are able to put your hand at the end of the armrest and you don't feel like you're going to break your joystick. Just imagine if your joystick's here, you're trying to get back in the chair, you're trying to find where the armrest is. If this was swung to the side, you can reach back, push all your weight off these armrests. Talking about these armrests, not all HD chairs have this. This has extra arm supports right here under the chair. So this allows the user to put all their weight on this chair. Because you have this extra bracket right here, you are not going to flex or break those arms. So that is an extra support, knowing that people have to use most of their body weight to push up if they're able to get in and out of the chair. Now the next function I'm going to show you, I can actually do 2 functions at once to this joystick. So I will show you the electric recline and the electric legs at the same time, because you can highlight those 2 features on the joystick at the same time. So you'll see the back going back and your legs raising up. Now these foot plates on this chair right now, as you'll see in pictures and as you might see in some of in this video, there is a big gap between these foot plates. That gap is able to be shrunk to basically touching these 2 foot plates. So if you do not want this wide gap right here on these foot plates, we are able to put them in a different hold position and basically match these up together. So this person, obviously, if it's an HD person, sometimes they need their legs spread out a little bit. So that's why they probably extend these foot plates out on either side. But this is what you'd be looking at right here in the full recline position. Do remember these chairs, they do have a green circle on the top of the joystick. That means you're in a safe driving position. When I'm in this position here, in this reclined position, you're gonna have a red X on the screen. The red X will not allow you to drive the chair. So do remember, if you ever do tilt back too far or recline back and you see a red X and you wonder why it's not driving, get a little bit more to an upright seated position and you'll see that red X turn to a green circle, and then you'll be able to drive the chair. So from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna bring the recline back up. Nope, I don't wanna do the legs. Let me bring the recline back up. And so I wanna leave my legs up because in the next feature I wanna show you is gonna be tilt. And I do wanna show you how the tilt, how you can actually get your feet above your heart. While this is coming back up, I'll tell you a few more things about the chair. It has 6-inch caster wheels in the front and the rear. Those do rotate when you turn the chair. So I do have sometimes people that complain, or not complain, but will say, hey, when I go from forward to reverse, I feel like it doesn't drive straight. What's happening is your drive wheels are actually rotating around when you make that change in direction. And until they're straight, you'll feel like it's got a little bit of a fishtail. But once you get those wheels straight, then it will drive exactly how you want it to. Middle drive tire is a 14-inch solid drive tire. If I didn't mention that before, they are solid on your caster wheels as well, so you don't have to worry about getting a flat. This feature here is probably the most medically necessary feature here. This is called your electric tilt. Electric tilt, what it's doing is it's basically somebody pulling you backwards. It's taking the pressure off of your lower half and it's applying it to your back. So what that's going to do, that's going to create less pressure on your lower half, so it's going to increase blood flow. So it's supposed to help alleviate pressure sores. If you were to pair this with something like a Rojo, that's probably your best combination of the two to alleviate sores on your lower half. But you can see in this position with your legs up and you're tilted back, you're able to get your feet way above your heart. So you can see that is a position that is needed for a lot of people. So do remember, all these units do have lights on them. There just depends on where the light kit is going to be located. This button is located right here on the swing away, but that can be moved to different parts of the chair. You'll see it's got lights in the front, and then it's got red lights in the back. So if you are driving a little bit in the hallway at night, you'll be able to see, or if you're driving down the sidewalk at night, at least you are going to be somewhat visible. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to bring the legs back down, and then I'm going to then turn the chair forward and show you some more features on this particular unit. Although this unit has these arm supports underneath here, you are able to still pick your arms up. So it's not like it's a locked, forever fixed in place type arm. What you can do is, there's a bracket here that will lock that in, but if you pull this little handle down, you can release that out of there and you can swing your arms up. So whether you need to transfer in or how you want to get in and out of the chair, you still are able to, even with these HD supports. Do remember, you just line that back up and lock it back in place, and now your arm will not raise up. Headrest on this unit, completely adjustable, whether it's the pitch and the angle. You have a couple different Allen screws right here you can loosen up, and you can really fine tune the depth, the height, the pitch, and everything on this particular headrest. You have a thumb screw that you can loosen up here, then you can adjust the overall height of the headrest too. So do remember, with these chairs, these are very easy to adjust the size. So if you are going to buy a chair from us, obviously always give us a call. We're going to send you a measuring chart. We're going to find out your height and your weight. We're going to find out what size you need. So if this particular size seat is either too small or too big for you, let us know. They are adjustable to fit your size. So this one is currently set up on about a 22-inch wide cushion by about 22 inches in depth. So this person was decently tall and decently heavy. The seat back width is about 19 inches. And so like I said, all that is adjustable on here from your back to your bottom. So if that's not going to fit you exactly, give us a call and we will be able to help you with that unit. So now with this particular unit, what we're going to do here is I'm going to take this outside. We're going to drive it around, and then we're going to show you how this navigates on terrain. One last thing I want to mention, on some of these newer Quantums, they put the actual weight on the bottom of this. So this unit here with batteries unoccupied is 481 pounds. Obviously, if we change or add things to the unit, that might change the weight a little bit, but do remember, this is a very heavy chair, 481 pounds. This is not really going to be used on any type of electric lift because the heaviest lift that we know of carries 450 pounds. So this is going to exceed that weight limit. But let's go ahead outside now and we'll watch, do a little video demonstration of us driving this in different terrains. All right, so in this video, we're gonna show you, this is the Quantum HD. This has an eye level feature on it. This is a 400-pound capacity due to having the seat lift on it. This has 38 miles of total drive distance on the unit. Like I said, 400-pound capacity, mid-wheel drive. So if you're somebody that's, you know, close to 400 pounds that needs a seat lift, really anything above 300 pounds that needs a seat lift, this would be a good unit to consider. It does have electric tilt, electric recline, and electric legs. It's gonna go, let me see what this is gonna get to top end speed here. Let me drive this way and just see. And I'm gonna elevate the chair too. I think I got about 3.4 while elevated. While it's down, I got to about 4.5 miles an hour. So 4.5 is probably what's gonna be top end speed. And what I'm gonna show you here now is I am going to drive this chair while elevated. It will go in grass, it will drive around. Is it intended to go there all the time? No, but it will go in certain terrains if you do need to drive it. In those terrains, it's gonna have a 10-inch seat lift on it. When I mentioned in the video earlier, top of the cushion to the ground was about 34 inches when you're all the way elevated. So that's gonna mean you're about 24 when you're all the way down. That's gonna be all dependent on the size of the cushion that you're sitting on as well. So that's gonna be variable. So now that I'm almost all the way up in the position, you have a green circle on the top of the joystick that's actually going to show a picture of an eyeball when you are raised up, and then you will see that you are able to still drive this around with no problem, and I can even take it in the grass while raised up. I'm looking like I'm capping out at about 3.3 to 3.4 miles an hour, but you'll see, I mean, you can still drive this chair while elevated with no problem, even on different terrains. Now, if you're 400 pounds, right at that weight capacity, and you're going over crazy terrains, I mean, be careful. I wouldn't recommend, you know, going down something too steep, but this will drive with no problem while elevated. So if you have any questions, this is the Quantum HD with eye level, made by Quantum Rehab. If you have any questions, give us a call.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.